Still a bit of friction there, though. Yes. I think it's pretty safe to say on the part of Glenn Gilberti and Mike Sanders. Never expected Sonny Siaki to be the cool head to keep them separated. That's exactly what happened, but how about AJ Styles? Wow. Able to put it together, able to get the win, score an impressive victory over Mike Sanders in Sports Entertainment Extreme.
In a lot of ways, Konnan can be just as devastating to the X Division as Vince Russo.
I am here to do whatever I need to do to make sure that we don't get held back, made fun of, or cast aside. I'd rather instill fear than provoke thought. Unlike the music business or the baseball business where the bottom line is a profit, they'd rather lose money and not have to deal with us than make money with us. How can you sit there like a corporate kiss-ass and watch as Lucha Libre is renamed the X Division?
I'm going to do whatever it takes to stop that cancer from happening.
Look at the fight from Lynn on top.
Wait a minute. Oh, here it goes.
1, 2. It's all proper. Some kind of a whip in his hand as he chases Jerry Lynn to the back.
Wait a minute. Oh, 1, 2. They get it. They're going to walk away victorious, but they both won. Oh, man.
Whoa. Look at Konnan get physical with Juventud.
I'll tell you what, though, Mike. There is no. Wait a minute. Did he get it? He got it.
Lynn did it. Uh-oh. You talk about that obsession and that frustration, and it's boiling over.
Oh, it is. I mean, Konnan has got to be thinking to himself, what do I got to do? Do I got to do it myself?
Luchador's one-loss record versus the X Division. What? Luchador. You know what, Mike? I'm tired of this bull. What do you bring me here to interrogate me or humiliate me? A mí me vale madre. Esta noche Jerry Lynn va a saber. I'm interview over.
Nobody has taken control of this yet. Oh, Jerry's got it all. Wait a minute.
1, 2, 3.
No.
He's got the pin.
Whatever it takes to make sure that we never get over again. Órale, arriba la raza.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring. Weighing in at 248 pounds, this is Konnan. Well, Don, there's no denying that Konnan was able to put it together. We got on him during that interrogator segment about the one-loss record of the Luchadors, but he had the last lap 1 week ago here on NWA TNA, getting the win in that tag match.
Well, like we've always said, so yourself.
Yo, we're my white trash, redneck, and inbred people. Yeah, that's where you're supposed to bark and go, hoo, hoo, hoo. You know, instead of Mariah Goldie singing about the United States, she should have been singing the Mexican national anthem. It's bad enough you stole our land, but now you're gonna steal Lucha Libre, 70 years in the making, and rename it and call it your own? Well, forget that, Jerry Lynn. The X-Lax division ends tonight. Órale, arriba la raza!
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 212 pounds, Jerry Lynn. What more can you say about Jerry Lynn than the fact that he has upheld the reputation of the X Division, setting aside all of his personal glory, all of his personal goals to represent the NWA TNA against Konnan and the invasion of the Luchadors. And tonight we have it finally. One-on-one, K-Dog and Lynn to settle the score.
Mike, it has come to a head. It has been brewing and brewing week after week. Jerry Lynn has held his end up with class and with grace. We saw Konnan have to use the ropes to get the pin last week, but this is his chance. If Konnan wants to prove it, like I've always said, if you want something done, sometimes you got to do it yourself. Well, this is his opportunity. If he beats Jerry Lynn fair and square, nobody will argue with him.
Wow, interesting submission hold. Then the open hand palm thrusts repeatedly in the face of Lynn. He brushes him, sends him out to the arena floor. You talk about coming out in this matchup just absolutely fired up. That's what we're seeing from Konnan against Jerry Lynn as they finally face each other one-on-one.
Well, Konnan doesn't feel like it's him against Jerry Lynn. He feels like it's Mexico against America right now. He feels like we stole the Lucha Libre style, and he's putting the honor of his country on the line right here, Mike, today.
Konnan tries to put on the brakes as Lynn sends him back first into the steel safety ring. Look at Lynn.
Here it goes! Oh, Konnan got him and slammed him down!
Can't argue with that. Perfectly scouted. Looked like Jerry Lynn was going to spring off the steps, go for a Hurricane Rana. Konnan caught him in mid. drove him down powerbomb style to the arena floor.
Absolutely, Professor. He just literally caught him head on. I'll tell you something. There is a definite size and weight advantage in this match. It's almost like this is an X Division Lucha Libre, Mike. This is Konnan against Jerry Lynn. This is personal.
And again, keep in mind, Jerry Lynn is used to competing in the X Division where there are no weight limits. Think of matches that we've had here with Jerry Lynn against Ron the Truth Killings in the past.
Hey, you know the thing about
he can go against the heavyweights.
Oh, absolutely. Jerry Lynn, let's face it, Jerry Lynn can take on anybody. But there's something, even Jerry Lynn, he is just getting pummeled by Konnan right here. Oh, look at Konnan, just using the strength and wearing down.
All out offensive here in the opening minutes of this matchup with Konnan in total control against Lynn.
Well, you know the funny thing about it is, Mike, if you were to ask Jerry Lynn right now, hey, do you believe that these luchadors belong in the X Division? He'd say yes. Super Crazy belongs in the X Division. Yes. Juventud Guerrera belongs in the X Division. Of course they do. He'll be the first to tell you.
Right, it's mutual respect.
Mutual respect. But don't sit there and say that the X Division is a copy.
Yeah, if anything, you know my thoughts on this. They've taken the style of the luchadors, of the Lucha Libre wrestling from Mexico, and they've improved on it off the cover here in a 2 count for Konnan before Lynn is able to get the shoulder roll.
I'll tell you what, Konnan has been impressive, Mike. He has come in with a game plan, and he is sticking with it. He's not trying to take Jerry Lynn on in his own game.
Good point.
He knows he can't do that.
You're right. He's not trying to compete in X Division terms.
As I say that, he goes to the top rope.
And you see, it backfired.
Absolutely.
Point well taken.
He should have just stuck with what he was doing. He didn't belong up there.
First time he went high risk. First time he went to the well off the top rope. Jerry Lynn is able to extend the leg, get the boot right in his face. Now ducks the clothesline, does Lynn.
Oh, beautiful kick back there by Lynn as
nicely done.
Konnan was getting ready to just throw him again. Jerry Lynn always seems to be able to recoup during a match and figure it out as it goes along.
Caught that drop kick from in tight, now off the ropes. Oh, quickly off the crucifix, rolls down. Oh, no, only 2. So fluid is Jerry Lynn. He goes from the crucifix right into the roll-up. One fluid motion, and almost was able to put Konnan away. Out of the ropes goes Konnan.
You know, I
telegraphed the back body drop. Rolls through. Schoolboy, roll up. No, only 2. And again, that basement drop kick from in tight, right into the chest and face of Konnan.
Oh, Jerry Lynn just letting him have it now. It's personal. I never thought I'd see Jerry Lynn use Konnan style, but he has grounded Konnan right here, Mike. Literally.
Back to the offensive goes Lynn. Connects with the forearm.
Oh, beautiful move by Konnan there.
Konnan able to avoid all contact and then connects with the rolling thunder that time. Dropped him with the lariat.
But you can see it in his face. He's exhausted here.
2.
How would you not be when you face the likes of Jerry Lynn?
Almost a desperation move that time by Konnan. You saw him catch his breath momentarily on the ropes and then immediately drop down, go for the pin attempt, but only able to get a 2 count out of the corner.
I think Konnan has got to do what he started out doing. Use the strength. Use the brute force.
Blocked a tornado DDT. Ducks under the back elbow, but doesn't duck that move. That DDT on target by Lynn, who covered.
Here it is.
Gets 2. Nope. Still something left in the tank of Konnan.
I'll tell you what. Of course, Jerry Lynn's got to be tired because of the weight that he's having to toss around in Konnan. But right now, again, it's personal.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Cradle pile driver time.
Oh, wait a minute. Konnan.
He overpowered him.
There it is.
The straight through by Lynn. The winner of the match, Jerry Lynn. Well, head to head.
Wait a minute, Mike.
Who is this?
Was this another luchador? Boom.
Missile drop kick off the top from whoever this is. Connects on Jerry Lynn. And then he comes right back. Now, of course, keep in mind, Jerry Lynn just wrestled a match. Took him out with a DDT.
What in the world? I'm looking at Konnan. He's looking at me going...
Yeah, the look on the face of Konnan, I think, tells it all.
He doesn't have the slightest idea who that was.
You don't think?
I mean, come on. It was... I mean, literally, it looked like on his face, total surprise. Whoever it was came in, did the job, and left.
Wow. You know, there has been so much talk as of late concerning the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. We all know that Raven last week won that big, important matchup against AJ Styles. Let's now take a look at the Raven package, and then we'll go from there to a sit-down interview that I conducted earlier today with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. As you've told me, you have a charity commitment here in town tonight representing the NWA as World's Heavyweight Champion that's going to prevent you from being on our live pay-per-view event. Speaking of NWA World's Heavyweight Championship and the belt that you have, Jeff, did you ever expect to have so many challengers lined up? Did you ever expect that target on your back just to keep growing week by week?
Well, absolutely, Mike. You know, we've talked about it many times. When you hold this belt, there's an X on your back and on your chest. So everybody's coming after you, and that's the position that you have to expect to take when you become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. That's why everybody gets into this business. It's a prized possession to sex. It's a prized possession to anybody in the NWA locker room.
Yeah, let me run a couple of those names by you and get your initial reactions. AJ Styles.
A phenomenal athlete. You know, he comes out and it says phenomenal. That's the truth. But that kid's going to realize that, you know, he wants to hang his hat and say that he wanted Vince Russo to give him a black heart. That's really an excuse in my book. It's going to take him going to that next level that he's going to have it in his head to get 100% confidence in his ability, and then he'll reach that level one day.
How about Raven?
Here's a guy that came in and you know, absolutely took over TNA for a couple of weeks. He has worked his ass off, and rightly so. He's got a title shot. When that's going to happen, I don't know, because I think climbing up that mountain, Raven may have his best days are maybe behind him, because he's taken a lot of abuse the last couple of weeks.
Another man that has worn that championship belt, Ron the Truth Killings.
Used to have a lot of respect for Ron. I'm not real sure where I stand on him now. You know, he wants to walk out on the NWA and come up with excuse after excuse that we weren't patting him on the back. The way I look at it, let him stay gone if that's going to be his, you know, if that's going to be his mindset. He made his appearance last week. It's going to be interesting to see where his head's at when he finally does talk.
As part of his contract to join NWA TNA, the one stipulation that D'Lo Brown had in that contract was to get a title shot.
Shrewd negotiator, if you ask me. You know, D'Lo, without a doubt, has talked about hitting the glass ceiling in the WWE. He has always been a talented in-ring performer. He's definitely on his game here in TNA, and he's going to get his shot. When, I don't know, but he's going to get one.
And you even have Eric Watts playing mind games with you.
Mind games. I don't have time for mind games. This is the whole crust of the interview. So many challengers coming at me, but if anybody in their right mind thinks Eric Watts is a legitimate contender, a legitimate challenger, I mean, it's a joke, but he wants to play those head games. I don't have time for him.
And thinking about Eric Watts, is it any coincidence that so many of these challengers coming after the NWA title seem to have personal issues with you?
You know what, Mike? In this business, I don't know anybody that has had success that hadn't had personal issue after personal issue. Me and Vince Russo, a very personal issue. You know, Sex and Glenn Gilberti and those guys have, I guess, picked up the banner of SEX. And those guys realized first and foremost, because Russo told them, you get this title, you got all the power you need.
Are you as upset as I am that David Flair is parading around here with an NWA World's Heavyweight Championship belt that he hasn't earned?
There's only one guy I know that's more upset than me, and that's Dusty Rhodes, because, you know, Dusty has told me, and I didn't know this till a couple of weeks ago, that there's only 3 of these belts that have actually been worn to the ring as a champion. Dusty Rhodes has one sitting on his mantle or trophy case. I guess Ric Flair used to. I'm assuming that David took it without his knowing. I don't know the whole story there, but it's a you know, David Flair even touching the NWA World Title belt is a bigger joke than Eric Watts being a challenger. It's ridiculous.
Several weeks ago, we saw the videotape with Vince Russo's kids that certainly, as every passing week goes by, we see that Vince Russo is not a part of the Sports Entertainment Extreme organization. Jeff, looking back on that, do you have any regrets at all that you made it as personal as you did?
You know, Mike, I can't even believe you would ask me that question.
Well, Jeff, thanks very much for joining us. I know you have that charity commitment tonight.